This is Mike Hutchinson from UFC Fight Discussion, bringing you predictions for UFC 158. On the main card, we have Mike Ricci against Colin Fletcher in a lightweight match. Then in the middleweight division, we have Chris Camozzi against Nick the Promise Ring. Then starts our welterweight tournament with Jake Ellenberger against Nate Marquardt. And in the co-main events, we have Carlos the Natural Born Killer Condit against the true #1 contender, Johnny Big Rig Hendricks. And in the main event, the welterweight belt is on the line as George Rush St-Pierre faces off against Nick Diaz. We'll start off with the championship bout predictions. In this fight, I see George St-Pierre controlling most of the fight, both standing and on the ground. Nick Diaz has yet to face an opponent as top caliber as George St-Pierre, and when he does, he's lost, for example against Carlos Condit. I see this fight playing out a lot like the Ben Henderson against Nate Diaz fight did. George St-Pierre will control the ring with his jabs, as well as take down Nick Diaz with fair ease. He'll make sure to avoid the dangerous submissions, out-grapple, and outstrike Nick Diaz for a unanimous decision victory. In our co-main event, I see Carlos Condit knocking out the true #1 contender, Johnny Hendricks. Carlos Condit was a very dangerous opponent for George St-Pierre, landing one devastating head kick in the third round, knocking down the champion. With the height advantage, I see Carlos Condit landing one of those kicks in the very first round, shocking the world and knocking off the #1 contender, Johnny Hendricks. Nate Marquardt against Jake Ellenberger is a very interesting matchup. Nate Marquardt tried to get down to welterweight division before, but missed weight and was cut from the UFC. Since then, he became Strikeforce champion, but in his last fight, he lost against Safadine for the Strikeforce welterweight championship. Jake Ellenberger has been on somewhat of a streak lately, knocking off some top contenders, including Jake Shields. I see this being a very close matchup, but I think that somebody will get knocked out, and I think it'll be Jake Ellenberger who gets knocked out by Nate Marquardt in the second round. In the Nick Ring Chris Camozzi fight, it's very tough to pick a winner. Both men are pretty even on the feet and on the ground, and both aren't top 10 contenders in the middleweight division, but with one can surely get up there. Nick Ring has faced some top 10 middleweights in his past, Court McGee and Tim Boesch, so I think I'll give him the advantage over Chris Camozzi. I see Nick Ring winning this fight by unanimous decision. And last but not least, a lightweight battle between Mike Ricci and Colin Fletcher. Mike Ricci is coming off a fantastic season of tough, finishing second, losing to Colton Smith in the finals. Mike Ricci trains at TriStar with George St-Pierre and Rory McDonald, giving him some high-level training partners. Colin Fletcher was also very successful in his tough season smashes, finishing second overall. I think the difference in this fight will be experience. Although both are early in their career, Mike Ricci has faced some pretty good competition already in Darren Cruikshank, Jordan Mean, Pat Curran, and Colton Smith. I see Mike Ricci ending this fight in the second round by TKO. Those are my predictions. Tell me yours. Leave them in the comment section. Do you think that Nick Diaz can defeat George St-Pierre? Also make sure to like our Facebook page, UFC Fight Discussion, as well as follow us on Twitter at Fight Discussion. You can also follow me on Twitter at TheMikeHutch1. And remember, most importantly, to tune in to UFC 158 this Saturday, March 16th. It will be George Rush St-Pierre defending his welterweight title against Nick Diaz. This has been Mike Hutchinson for UFC Fight Discussion.